The best way to figure out which data broker removal service is actually worth using is to try all of them. So that's exactly what I did. And if you want to skip ahead, I've got a discount link to my favorite one in the description. These links also support this channel and no extra cost to you. Now, here's the weird thing about testing these services. The moment you run one of them using your real identity, you can't really reset the internet to test another one on yourself. If the first service does its job and gets your information removed, there's nothing left for the second service to find. It's not like comparing identity theft protection, where every provider can monitor the same credit bureaus at the same time. With data broker removal, once the data is gone, it's gone. Hopefully. So even though we've run trials using multiple people, there's no perfect mathematical way to say one service removes more brokers than another. Instead, what does matter, and what we're going to focus on today, are the real differences between these companies. Their approach, their automation, their pricing, their coverage, and how much work each one takes off your plate. Because those differences matter just as much as the raw removal counts. Now, when you get your friends and family to all create unique accounts with most data broker removal services, you quickly realize something interesting. You have no idea if they actually did what they said they'd do. You're paying them to remove your information from hundreds of websites, but how do you actually know they followed through? Or if the threat was real in the first place? Most have dashboards with a total number of data broker removals, and whether the number is 8 or 200, you just have to take their word for it. This is where Optery is completely different. They're the only service that shows you proof. Their reports include before and after screenshots of your actual profiles being removed. You can literally see your information on a data broker site and then see that same site with your info gone. PC Mag called this their crown jewel feature and pointed out that no other service does this. But Optery goes even further. Before you pay anything, they'll give you a free report with dozens of screenshots showing exactly where your information is exposed online. The scan finishes in about 30 minutes, and you don't even need to enter a credit card. You get to see the problem before deciding whether to pay someone to fix it. Then you can see for yourself what type of problem you're experiencing. Click on 10 of these sites and you'll see, do they have your name and address listed, or do they have someone with the same name as you, maybe in the same state, but with completely made up relatives or pieces of phone numbers that don't match? I can say from experience, some sites pose less of a threat if they've got your mom's area code slapped onto the rest of your phone number, and some aunt named Julie you've never heard of. DeleteMe, Incogni, they don't give you screenshots at all. DeleteMe just gets you a PDF every 3 months that tells you what they claim to have done. No proof, just their word. I know they'd probably contest that the PDF counts as proof, but still, you're trusting that the site they removed you from had a full accurate profile on you that they deleted, which you can't double check because it's deleted. And while DeleteMe makes you wait 3 months for their next PDF update, Optery's dashboard updates in real time, 24/7. Want to check on your removals at 2 a.m.? Go for it. Everything's right there. I will clarify, DeleteMe does have a free scan and a dashboard. Again, they're not a bad service per se, but as you can see, it's just unclear numbers on a little chart here. The way these services actually remove your data tells you a lot about what you're really paying for. There are basically 3 approaches. Robots do everything, humans do everything, or a mix of both. Incogni is all automation. A computer program finds your data and fires off removal requests. It's fast, you see results almost immediately, but when a data broker needs special handling, the robot might not know what to do. DeleteMe goes the opposite way. Everything's done by hand. Real people submit every opt-out request manually. It's thorough, sure, but it's also slow and inexpensive. And here's the thing, even Optery's research shows that doing everything manually is outdated at this point. Optery uses both. They call it human plus machines. The computer handles the monthly scans and sends out most of the removal requests automatically. Then actual people step in for quality checks and handle the tricky cases that need a human touch. According to Optery, this combo beats either approach on its own. I think I agree with that, but more importantly, let's talk about what I experienced creating unique profiles in all 3 sites. Coverage isn't always what it seems. So DeleteMe claims to protect you from over 850 data brokers, which sounds great. But then you go into your dashboard. I've had this service for several months and it says it has checked 86. Okay, but right beside that, it also shows it's reviewed 1,959 listings and successfully removed me from 13. So you dig into the facts section and eventually find a page listing the sites covered under the standard US plan. Check my math here, but I count 89 sites. So why do I keep seeing 850 plus in their marketing? As a privacy reviewer, that inflates the numbers in a way that doesn't feel great. And that brings me back to their pricing page. Take a look at this, just zero specificity. Again, your price may be different if you use the link in the description, but these are the only plans available, and they're annual only. No monthly option, period. Now compare that to Optery's sign-up page. The pricing numbers will vary if you use the link in the description, but at least Optery is very clear about exactly what you get at each tier. They tell you up front that you don't get a privacy agent unless you're on the core subscription. That is completely different from DeleteMe, where the priority seems to be getting you through checkout as fast as possible instead of explaining what's actually included. Now, I'm sure DeleteMe would disagree with that characterization, but here's the point. As someone who reviews privacy tools for a living, I really appreciate upfront transparency. I shouldn't have to dig around to find this page and realize the number they're advertising isn't the number I should actually expect. What makes Optery the clear winner? After actually testing all three services, Optery keeps coming out on top. Here's why. First, they're the only ones showing you actual proof with screenshots. This isn't a small thing, it's the difference between trusting someone and knowing they did the job. PCMag agrees. They've given Optery their Editor's Choice Award 3 years in a row. Second, the mix of automation and human oversight just works better. You get the speed of computers plus actual people making sure everything's done right. Third, the transparency is unmatched. From the free initial scan to the live dashboard to the before and after screenshots, you always know exactly what's going on. They even show you which brokers each plan covers before you pay. No hidden fees, no surprise limitations. They technically cover fewer brokers than DeleteMe's somewhat misleading 850 plus claim, but they've passed the same security audit as DeleteMe, the SOC 2 Type 2 audit that proves they're handling your data safely. Look, Optery isn't going to be the perfect fit for absolutely everyone, so let me quickly spell out the cases which you might genuinely prefer Incogni or DeleteMe. We did the math, and technically Incogni offers a better ratio of cost per removal. It doesn't offer the same verification or monitoring that Optery does, but its cost per removal ratio can be appealing if you're prioritizing price over proof. DeleteMe, on the other hand, might be the better choice if you specifically want phone support or email phone masking built in, or if you just feel more comfortable with a more established hands-on service. But as you've probably noticed throughout this whole video, the theme here is transparency, knowing exactly what's happening with your data and being able to verify it. That's why for most people, Optery still ends up being the best overall option. You get proof the work was done, consistent monitoring, strong coverage, flexible billing, and actual visibility into your data disappearing from these sites. If you want the most transparent and comprehensive option, use the Optery discount link in the description. Start with the free scan or jump into a plan to finally see where your information is exposed and get real proof when it's removed. Taking control of your privacy has never been more important, and the tools are there if you choose the right one.